Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking live at Hurricane Field in Americus, Georgia. We want to apologize for our late start. I had a few little technical difficulties, but Mr. Mickley got us up and running. I think his sense of urgency, when I got on the microphone and started doing the PA announcement, that got him on his horse.
He's a smart guy.
That's exactly right.
Welcome, everybody.
He knew I was going to get us in a lot more trouble on the PA than on the YouTube channel. On the first inning, for those of you that missed, we had 3 up, 3 down, both sides. So we were in the top of the second inning where the leadoff batter for Flagler College, Mr. Sean the King Lawler, got a stand-up double. Bat right now, we got the catcher, Jason Moore.
And Scott, coming into today's game, Tucker Smith comes in here with a 1.15 ERA. He's always a strong pitcher out there. So I look for a lot of good things out of Tucker today's game.
Ball low makes the count 3-0.
The wind's blowing a little bit right to left. Pretty day for today's game, Scott.
And that is Tucker Smith's only his 4th walk on the season to 33 strikeouts.
He's got him right where he wants him.
That's exactly right. That's a rare scene right there with Tucker Smith giving up a walk, especially 4 straight balls. So.
At the plate is the right fielder, number 27, Connor Laspina.
Connor Laspina, number 27, right fielder, steps in there with the runners at first and second, nobody out. Smith looks back, lays down a bunt to the third baseman, Skelton. Fires over to Huff for the sacrifice. Advance the runners, second and third, 1 out. Flagler College from St. Augustine, Florida. What their mascot is, Ryan?
I'm sure you're going to tell me. What is it?
The Saints.
Oh, in case, the first game we did was West Alabama?
Right.
And we talked about some of the Saints games and you said what?
I hate the New Orleans Saints. I do.
We don't just hate the Flagler Saints.
No, that name transcends into other sports and levels of athletics. That is not an endearing term to a 45-plus year Atlanta Falcon fan.
Runner's going to be tagging, looks like.
I think that ball fell foul.
Good effort out there by Beta and Huff running back to get that ball.
Number 7,
Scott,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Do you think the 6 listeners that left us early in the game or late in the game in that 10th inning game, you think they had a miserable Sunday afternoon nap?
They were publicly shamed. I can tell you that. We publicly shamed them. I don't know about their naps. I was hoping some kids were outside playing baseball, keeping them up, maybe even broke their window with an errant foul ball.
And where I'm going with that, Scott, these Hurricanes have been exciting to watch all year long. We've enjoyed doing these games, and I tell you what, you never know. These guys, they put on a show every game we're here, don't they, Scott?
They do. And a lot of people counted them out and went home or turned off the YouTube channel. And not you and I, we were with them to the bitter end and believed in them the whole way. High fly ball.
J. Moore's got a good arm, and he's not going to attempt that.
No. He's lucky he didn't get picked off going back to third.
Tucker's doing a great job getting himself out of this jam, letting his defense work, throwing strikes as he normally does. So you got 2 outs.
Jacoby Dasher, the second baseman, batting in the 8th spot.
Second baseman, number 3, Jacoby Dasher.
Scott, you and I had the privilege of meeting Coach Matt Lamoth's girlfriend in the stands here as I'm looking at her over there. I don't think she hears us talking about her, but I tell you what, Jamie, Miss Lamoth, I know you're listening. I have to say now, Matt's a good-looking fella, but he's like the rest of us, Scott. He out-punted his coverage big time. We welcome Jamie here from Wisconsin. Look forward to her maybe moving down here, spending some time with us in Americus.
Says she's in school right now to be a dental hygienist. So if there's anybody out there listening that knows a opening in Americus, Albany, anywhere in the general area, looking for a good, sweet, her personality just bubbles over. Just a sweet young lady, and we're going to be honored to have her in the community when she gets down here.
And I think I can tell you this now. She was looking at your teeth. You had something in your teeth right there, Scott. So
you
need to get it out. Yeah, I mean, I saw her staring at your teeth.
I know. Well, I appreciate you looking out for me. Counts 1-1, 2 outs, runners at second, third.
We want to thank our local Kiwanis Club for supporting the Canes. They're out in the parking lot cooking.
Barbecue, cheeseburgers.
Chicken wings.
Some plucked, some not.
Attaboy, Tucker. Tucker digging deep here. Scott, we're gaining some listeners here. Hey, we started talking about Jamie, and then all of a sudden, all kind of people are tuning in. These folks from Wisconsin tuning in to listen to watch these Canes and listen probably primarily to you.
I'm sure.
No, it'd be more negative than it would be. Everybody's a smarty when they're in the chat room.
Foul ball. Count remains 1-2. Got another beautiful night here in Americus. Mild, cool. Maybe going to be a little bit colder when the sun goes down. But
71 degrees at the first pitch.
Wow. Some people showed up in shorts.
Yep. I would have thought Jamie would have showed up in shorts. She told us it was negative 16 degrees up in Wisconsin when she left.
This is bikini weather.
And she's down here, and she's already covered up, bundled up.
Right, 3.
Attaboy, Tucker.
Right there. We'll
Tucker
take that.
Smith, as he always does, bears down and gets the Canes out of a jam. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Surge Sports Network.
Hunter Foster, our center fielder, up to bat.
Hunter is leading the team with 20. I looked him up, 20 RBI on the year, Scott. I can't remember. I think he was batting. I think he's batting 387. There it is on our screen. So he's batting 387 with 3 home runs, 20 RBI. Foster always hits well in the clutch too, Scott.
As we saw in the 10th inning a few days ago that some people didn't see because they gave up on him.
That's
2
right.
outs bottom of the ninth, down by 2. They decided to go to the house or, go to Church's Fried Chicken or something like that. And I think that's going to get through.
That's a base hit.
Base hit, Hunter Foster.
They bobbled the ball out there in left field. Hunter Foster takes advantage of it.
We're going to
runs
score.
Up to second base, gets in scoring position.
We're going to score a single and then reach on air.
I believe so.
Our designated hitter, number 2, Andy Moore. Left-handed batter digs in there.
Designated hitter number 2, Andy Moore.
Moore batting .356 on the year. 9 RBIs. Be a good time to pick up his 10th RBI right here, Scott.
Garcia, the pitcher, didn't like that ball. He thought it was a little too easy to hit after Hunter Moore sent that one into left field. So they decided to switch baseballs out, give us a slight delay. Hunter Moore stands at second. They don't realize the speed he has.
That's going to be a tough play.
Yeah. I'm going to say he's not going to get it. I called that one.
Yeah, good call, Scott.
I jinxed him.
You know, one thing, Micklig does such a good job. He was just on the PA, but one thing he failed to mention to these fans that you and I will be staying a little later signing autographs.
We will. That's right. We've got, and he also, they're going to have some contests here tonight. We're going to unveil some contests of our own and some ways that you can get on the air with us. So I got some aspiring young sportscasters out there, or old ones. We're going to tell you how you can get on the air with us and help out the college at the same time.
Absolutely. Come out here and have some fun with us. I know it's tough to leave the YouTube with you and I calling this game, but I tell you what, it's a lot better to get out here and watch it.
We talk loud enough if you sit in front of us, you can still hear it.
You can still hear the play-by-play.
High fly ball to right field. Caught by La Spina. 1 out. Runner still on second.
Big weekend here on campus for the baseball alumni. It's Alumni Weekend, Scott. I think we'll be recognizing some past alumni, former players tomorrow.
Like you?
I guess I'm gonna probably wear my tuxedo tomorrow.
I think you need to.
Yeah.
You're looking pretty sporty tonight.
I always look good, Scott.
I got me these new stretch pants. I'm a lot more comfortable this week now.
Well, the Kiwanis Club. Ooh.
I think. Let's see. He's tagging up. Going to go to third. No, maybe not. That right fielder's got a pretty strong arm.
Pretty good arm.
I think. Yeah, it's a good thing he stayed at second. I looked at the scouting report. I think I read something about that right fielder having a good, strong arm.
And if you're watching at home, really, a base hit, I know Foster probably had a chance to tag up on that. That throw's got to be perfect coming into third. A base hit in the outfield with Foster's speed will more likely score a run for the Hurricanes.
He might even score and make it back to first. Bo Halcomb stands in there. I believe that was a knuckle slur or something. What was that pitch?
A little slow. Knuckle slur.
Count is 0-1. Halcomb ready for the second pitch.
Same pitch.
0-2.
He may get to see that pitch again.
I'm going to predict fastball after seeing.
I hope he does throw him a fastball.
It's going to be high and outside or low and outside. What you think?
He's going to be looking for something in the dirt.
That's the same pitch.
Called strike 3, so the Canes leave one stranded after 2 complete. We got a scoreless game. We're going to take a break and be right back. You're listening to the Surge Sports Network.
Number 9, Nicholas Daig steps up, takes strike one to start off the top of the third inning.
Tucker working ahead, getting ahead of these hitters.
He's been real efficient these first 2 innings.
He's been efficient the whole season.
Strike 2 gets ahead of him, 0-2. Micklig up here with some really great games for the fans here tonight. If you're within a few blocks of the stadium, just come on out here, and he's got a game going right now where you can come over here and sign a piece of paper and predict what time the 7th inning stretch will be. And we got a GSW prize pack that we're going to give away. Counts 1-2.
Just had somebody text me and say Dr. Jocelyn Rogers just registered for our ball drop.
Oh.
Hailstorm. Want to thank, I'm sure she may or may not be listening, but thanks, Dr. Rogers, for your support.
That might, number 33, Davis, designated hitter, steps in there after that strikeout. Be an excellent segue into some of our contest or things that we're going to be giving away.
Tell us about them, Scott.
Strike one, just right there on the inside corner. No secret, we've been pushing the ball drop all season long. Fundraiser for our press box that we're going to be building right here where you and I are standing right now.
And the indoor hitting facility.
That's correct. Line drive out there to J. Marr. Got in a position, caught it for out number 2. We are going to offer, by authorization from Mike Leader, if you buy 3 golf balls, you get to sit with us for 1 inning and do the play-by-play. And if you're really entertaining, you may get 2 innings. And if you're really, really entertaining, we may give you the rest of the season.
We may just retire. Good bunt.
But one other contest, or if you buy a certain number of golf balls for the golf ball drop, that's going to be May 10th. Is that correct?
May to 10th.
May 10th.
Exactly right.
We're going to have a big reception. Each golf ball you buy gets you a ticket into the reception out at the golf course.
Not the golf course.
It's not. Tell me. I messed up. Where is it going to be?
We'll get back to you on that. I forgot. I got to listen, Scott. Don't put me on the spot like that, Scott.
I'm sorry. But if you buy 10 golf balls, you get to throw out the first pitch at a baseball game. And, of course, that's limited. So if you want to do that, or if it's somebody you want to give that gift to, if you're going to buy 10 golf balls anyway, go ahead and do it. But there's only so many games that we have you can throw the first pitch out. So if that's something you're interested in, let Mike Leader know or Keith Micklig, let them know pretty quickly. And that would be an excellent gift for somebody here in the community, and you'll be recognized and tell you a little bit about the person who's going to be throwing out the first pitch. So 10 golf balls will get you a first pitch, and 3 golf balls will get you some airtime with us.
11 will let you just pass. That was a pass ball.
We got some second opinions on the scoring up here. A lot of people don't realize you and I have got to pay attention and give official scoring opinions and eat the Kiwanis food. There's a lot of things we have to do up here.
I was going to say, Judge Rucker Smith threw out the first pitch. There is, some circumstances. If you cook for us, we may let you throw out the first pitch too.
That's right. Cut the grass. If you want to come out here and cut the grass.
I don't know. Matt Lamoth may not allow that now.
I came out here.
Look, he gets on the Foster and Jamar. They run so fast for burning up the grass sometimes. So.
They do have to get a burn permit for some games whenever they're especially fast. I came and ate lunch today at the Chick-fil-A. And they were out here cutting the grass. I think was it Matt? Was that who was cutting the grass?
Probably. He takes great pride in he and Josh, but Matt really loves getting out here and manicuring this field. I think he helps the softball coaches as well.
Speaking of which, you and I'll be doing a softball game tomorrow.
Yeah, so if you want to tune in, we won't be broadcasting the baseball games, but we will be broadcasting softball. Ooh, as that's a hit down the left field line, going to score a run.
Went right over third base. That's usually a double. Let's see.
That's a double. Good inside swing there from a left-handed hitter there. Tucker got it in on him. Pretty good pitch. That's just good to put a good swing on that pitch. Got it down the left field line, down the third base line right there, just over the bag. as Flagler scores the first run of the game. They draw the first blood.
Number 7, cleanup batter, left fielder, Sean the King Lawler. 25? What did I say?
Number 25.
Number 20, position 7. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Position 7. That's why.
Have you been drinking today?
Not yet.
Huh?
No, not yet.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Left fielder Sean Flagler.
Because I was a little worried about you. You had something in your teeth earlier, and then, I mean, you know, you're eating chicken with feathers on it. I mean, you look a little flushed, Scott. Are you all right?
I'm doing good. It's been a rough week. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. It's been a rough week at the salt mine. You know, I noticed that Micklig didn't put the King. I called him the King. So my people don't know who Jerry the King Lawler is.
That's right. Well, you know, isn't he an old wrestler?
He's an old wrestler.
But
That's
Micklig,
right.
he obviously didn't like him.
Well, Micklig, you know, let me tell you what Micklig did the first inning to get us going here, y'all. He ran all the way to his office to get some little doohickey to plug in to where we could be on there. He was running, and we saw him, and I said, we got to get a defibrillator out here if we're going to be running Micklig or something.
And listen, Tucker Smith struck out with a strikeout there to end the inning. Flagler leads 1-0. We go into the bottom of the third inning. Canes need to wake the bats up to get on the board. You're listening to the Surge Sports Network.
At the start time for the 7th inning stretch. So again, 7th inning stretch time.
Number 10, Bradley Huff, our first baseman, steps in there. Bottom of the third. Hurricanes down 1-0 to Flagler College.
First baseman, number 10, Bradley Huff.
Ball 1 away. I want to say hey to one of our 56 viewers, a buddy of mine from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. John Ellington is listening to us. John and I childhood buddies. He went off to serve in the Navy. He's a lawyer and judge now up there, and still fighting a good fight.
Thank you for your service, John.
Yes, sir. Ball 3 away.
You know, I notice all your friends live far away, Scott.
Well, that's not by mistake. I was always a guy in high school that had a good-looking girlfriend that was 4 counties over that nobody could say.
So Huff with a good at bat, a leadoff walk.
Go to the plate. Catcher number 24, Jacob Harrell.
See what Coach McDonald's got on here. Good time to sacrifice, move the runner over.
Jacob Harrell swinging a hot bat right now. I'd like to get him to nope, he's squaring the bunt.
Square around the sacrifice. And
That's
it's
a
a great
good bunt.
bunt.
That's a great bunt. That's
Jacob Harrell, way to do your job, son. Good job. I'm sure his mom and dad are listening. I know they're up north at a swim meet. I think Jacob's sister's swimming in a swim meet. She told me, and I forgot exactly all the particulars, but we hope they're watching and listening in as their son just did a great job of moving the runner over.
Jacob is one of our favorites, man. I tell you what, he is. We love picking at him, and he gives it right back to us.
Second baseman, Jason Beha.
Jonathan. Pretty good start for the Hurricanes here in the bottom of the third inning. Play a little ABC ball here.
The soccer team, some of the soccer
guys coming in.
One of the guys sat next to me at the donor lunch the other day.
That's right. We both had the opportunity to sit at our donor luncheon that our foundation puts on, do a fabulous job to get to meet some of these kids that get scholarships from our generous donors here at Georgia Southwestern.
Thursday, we had two of the speakers. One young lady is assistant manager at the Chick-fil-A in Cordele. She's about to graduate.
Good
shared
lick.
a real.
That should draw some blood right there, Scott. As Beta's going to round first and head into second. McDonald's waving him to third, Scott.
He's going to make it. Beta with a one-out triple scores a run, and we got another run 90 feet away. I'm telling you, if you don't think these young men are exciting, I tell you, if this don't light your fire, your wood's wet.
I tell you what, it's right. I woke up at 4:30 this morning thinking about this game, Scott. I know these YouTube listeners and watchers had to wake up early thinking about these Hurricanes right here.
I feel sorry for them. What do they watch when we're not on the air, Ryan? That's what I'm curious.
They probably catch up on their sleep.
Yeah, sleep, yard work.
That's right.
Community service.
We hope. Well, just depends on where you're from. Skelton watches curveball going over there for strike one.
We're getting a pretty respectable crowd here for a Friday evening.
Very good crowd.
I'm gonna tell you, North Georgia, when they came, they brought the house with them. They really brought a lot of folks.
Oh, he teed off on that one.
Tyler Skelton line drive right back where it came from, up the middle to the center fielder, scores another run. Canes go ahead 2-1.
Skelton, good piece of hitting there. Hit the ball right back up the middle. He kept his hands back and waited. It looked like an off-speed pitch. He waited on it to get in the zone, squared it up, base hit right back up the middle to get the Canes the go-ahead run up there.
Right fielder, number 20, Jonathan Martin.
And it doesn't get any easier for Garcia, I can tell you that.
He's right in the meat of our lineup. Our number 3 batter, Jonathan Martin, right fielder, number 20 from Irwin County.
Nice, quaint place. If you hadn't been there, go visit.
I'm going to tell you, Ryan, a little something about Irwin County. I've met a good many people in my time in Irwin County, and every one of them have been top shelf except one.
I hope you're not talking about me.
No.
I know who you're talking about.
No.
Well, it can be hostile at times in Irwin County,
Well,
Scott. We
go
get
there for
excited
sports.
about our sports. Look at there. As I said, it doesn't get any easier. McDonald's going to hold Skelton up at second base with a hot Hunter Foster coming up to bat.
It's a hard ground ball like that. We'll give him a quality at bat. That'll get his quality at bat percentage up.
Tell you, it says like we've been through the lineup. This is our second time through. Those guys took good notes up there, making some adjustments, teeing off on Garcia here in the bottom of the third inning.
Still just one out. Runners at first and second. Power hitter number 15, Hunter Foster, steps in there.
Foster's got 20 RBIs on the year, as I mentioned earlier.
I'd like for him to walk to the dugout after this visit at bat with 23 RBIs.
You know what? I'd love a home run, but I like to see this kid run.
I do. Yeah, that's true.
And as stupid as it sounds, Scott, I have seen where home runs can be a rally killer sometime. I mean, that happens in baseball. As crazy as that sounds, you watch games a lot of times and you see a situation like this, a home run, which we'll take. I mean, I'll tell you, we'll take that. But sometimes those home runs, crazy as it sounds, can be a rally killer.
I've always told my son I would rather have 9 good base runners than 9 home run hitters on my team.
Absolutely. Foster swinging at a lot of curveballs up there. Garcia's throwing a lot of curveballs.
Do we ever figure out that one pitch he threw that got?
I think that was it.
Was that okay?
And I tell you, to strike Foster out, you're doing a day's work.
That's it. He has been clutch for us all season.
So has this kid. Andy Moore, the DH.
Designated hitter, Andy Moore.
Peach Belt Player of the Week 2 weeks ago.
Then there with a 1-0 count, 2 outs, runners at first and second. Hurricanes up 2-1, bottom of the third.
Get through there. Good play by the shortstop.
Throws
him off the back. So the shortstop goes deep in the hole, Scott, to make a good play, and the throw goes up, pulls him off the bag at second.
They scored that throw an error, and I mean, I would have too, but that's a hard throw to make. I mean,
Well,
he's going one way and got to flip it around.
He's going one way, and that's going to be the easiest throw that he's got to make right there.
He couldn't have got him at third. By the time he raised up, I mean, the runner was already at third.
Well, Jamar's got plenty of speed right there, and anytime he's running, it's tough to make a play on Jamar.
Mamata stands in there with 2 runners on scoring position.
Another tough play.
That's another overthrow. Got a good. That'll score 2 runs.
Umpire's still looking at first. I hope he touched first base.
Maybe he's looking to see where the ball went. Well, he. Scores 5-1, bottom of the third, 2 outs.
That's going to get a visit from Flagler's coach to the mound.
I don't think he needs to be visiting the pitchers unless he does infielders.
Nobody that I can tell is in the bullpen, but as the coach comes out to have a word with his team, we'll take a short break. You're listening to the Surge Sports Network. So the umpire came out to break up the party at the mound. He didn't mean to swing. So he didn't check his swing there. So Halcomb 0-1 count. Canes lead 5-1 in the bottom of the third. Swung on, fouled away. Out here our swimming pool. Count 0-2.
Ryan, we gave a shout out to my buddy at the beginning of the inning. That may be something we need to start if this is what's going to put us in a rally at the bottom of each half of the inning.
Absolutely. What's his name, John?
John Ellington.
John needs to tune in more times. I hope he's enjoying the game.
I think he is. He's texted me a couple times and let me know that he's enjoying the game. Maybe get 3 or 4 of his friends, and then we'll double our listener. Drop third strike, tagged out. And that's it, but not before. The Canes get 5 runs to make the score 5-1. We're going to the top of the 4th. Number 30, Moore, stands there. Moore, the catcher.
Tucker settled in nicely now and throwing his game. That bottom of the third inning, Scott, started with a walk to Huff, and Harold doing his job, getting the runner over, starting that rally. So you never know. Doing the small things, get things started.
Jason Moore, a 6-foot, 165-pound senior from Fort Myers, Florida, stands there at 0-1. That was just the spark, just like on the ninth inning the other day when that 2-out hit came. We said, that's probably going to be the spark to get us going, and lo and behold, it was.
If you're a golfer, it's kind of like birdies. You never know where they're going to come from.
Mm-hmm.
They can come from anywhere.
Smith gets the sign from Harrell. Foul ball back our way. What? A couple of kids playing back here. Where did that ball land?
On the tennis court somewhere.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We did send North Georgia a bill
for denting our building.
They don't know it yet.
Ball one high. That was a good 0-2 pitch. Sometimes you throw it there right under his chin or his eyeballs. He'll swing at that. I know my 13-year-old will.
Purpose pitch right there. He swings at that when he's acting like his
Man,
dad.
exactly right, yeah. He doesn't do it all the time because I remind him from the stands to lay off those high pitches.
Ooh. Great play by Mamanis running back, catching the ball over his shoulder there for out number 1. Dr. Neil Weaver and his wife Christy are here at the game tonight, along with alumni Stephen Snell coming all the way from Metter, Georgia.
Everything's better and better. Connor Laspina steps in there.
Scott, folks that know us are wondering how in the world we get a job on the radio, or and I tell them it's because it's YouTube. We can say anything on YouTube. If Momo can do what they want to on YouTube, we can say anything and get away with it.
We're going to have Momo as a guest between the 5th and 6th inning, I believe.
If y'all can help us get over 150 listeners, there ain't no telling what we're going to say.
As the night progresses, we come here after Mick Lee gives us those stern looks at the beginning of the game when we kind of go off the tracks a little bit, but he's gone right now. I think he's got DUI school. I think that's where he said he had.
Oh God, we're just kidding. Keith, he'd have to be going to school to quit drinking coffee. That's all I ever see him drink.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2. I think that pitch that Tucker just threw, I talked to him a little bit about before the game. I said, look, you get that cat up there, you get a 1-1 count, throw that pitch. And
he's coachable.
He is, very much so.
He's so fun to watch pitch. Like I said, he works fast, throws strikes.
You know what we don't have enough of nowadays? We don't have pitchers like Gaylord Perry out there.
That's a little before my time.
You don't remember him?
I remember Gaylord, but I'm not quite as old as you.
That's right. I think about Jerry.
Pulled the string on that. Looked like a little, I don't know if that was a slider or a changeup, but that was a great pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Number 7, Stephen DePuglia steps in there with 2 outs.
We're sorry if we don't get some of these names right. Yeah. I think Scott does a fine job. You sure don't want me announcing them.
I failed English twice at West Georgia College. I know people find that hard to believe. I mean, a lot of people, you're kidding me. But I did. I did eventually graduate from college. But I think they had a little sympathy for me in that department. Foul ball, 0-1. Yeah, we do have a hard time with the names.
But some of these Hurricane moms keep us straight.
They don't mind sending anybody to the table and straightening us out.
And I don't blame them.
I would too.
Mick League working hard on your view on YouTube.
Hey, tell that one fan that gave us a thumbs down before we went live because we were late. Tell them to take that off.
Yeah, that thumbs down hurts our feelings. Yeah, the thumbs down that we got on the YouTube, apparently because of our technical difficulties.
Yeah, could you give us a thumbs up?
I thought that was a
great play by Skelton there to end the inning. Skelton goes behind the bag at third. Long throw, good hard throw to first to end the inning. The Canes are still leading. We go in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Canes lead 5-1. You're listening to the Surge Sports Network.
Bradley Huff steps in there again. I believe he started off the last inning, the 5-run rally. Foul ball.
Good cut there by Huff. As the lights here are hard at work.
Not in our tent, though.
Not in our tent. But Mickley can see in the dark.
Oh, that's all right, Micklig. You ain't got it. We're good. Micklig, he is always prepared. Our Eagle Scout has some little flash. He's got his flashlight ready for us. Low and away.
Huff comes in batting 300. One home run, and that happened to be a grand slam against Tuskegee.
Guess what time the 7th inning stretch will be?
Ball 2.
I only announced it like 3 times.
You know, Micklig's running a tight ship up here.
He sure is.
But, hey, you got to follow the rules, Scott.
It's that Wisconsin work ethic.
That's it.
Foul ball, count 2-2.
You know, if you're a YouTube listener, Dr. Weaver has a podcast now, What's in the Cup? If you want to find out what's going on campus, get involved in his podcast as Huff swings and misses at strike 3.
Jacob Harrell steps in there. He's going to get to swing away this time. He sacrificed bunt his last time up, moved the runner up.
Come on, Jacob.
Harrell.
Ryan, I bet you didn't know this, and I don't want any of our viewers to peel away at this, but you know, foul ball back towards the pool. I have a YouTube video that has about 130,000 views.
I'm scared to ask.
All you got to do is type in turkey hunting with a slingshot, and my video will come up, and you'll see me in Brady, Texas, harvest a turkey with a slingshot.
I knew you were skillful.
Man, I'm telling you, you don't want me to get after you with a slingshot. You'd be better off I got after you with a pistol, man. I'm telling you, that slingshot.
Kill a turkey.
Harvest
that thing.
Count 2-2, one out. Harrell showing off that good eye. He's got a good eye and a glass eye.
I hope he uses his good eye right here.
I think so.
Garcia steps off, wanting to go through the signs again.
Yes, Garcia must be looking through the hole in his glove to get the sign.
Ooh.
I don't agree with that one, but I guess my opinion doesn't matter. Out number 2. Back to the top of our order. Jason Beta, number 13, our second baseman, steps in. You know what means nothing to this team? 2 outs.
Oh, absolutely. Good point, Scott. Thought you had one there. I thought you Romo'd that one.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would have loved for that one to go over the third base.
Tell you what, top of our lineup, I mean, we're tough. These guys get up here, and Beta, I believe, had a triple last inning. Is that right?
He did.
My short-term memory is good. It's just my memory's good. It's just short.
See, we can't get anybody to volunteer to be our stats person to put stuff in front of us. So when we give stats, we're getting them off the same screen y'all are. Ryan's got the good angle at the television monitor. I make up my stuff on the fly.
You do good at that, Scott.
High fly ball. Center fielder. Left fielder comes running in like his hair's on fire. Calls it and catches it for out number 3. We go into the top of the 5th inning. 5-1 Canes.
Baseman Jacoby Dasher.
Jacoby Dasher steps in there to lead off the top of the 5th inning for the Saints. Tucker Smith delivers strike 1.
It's like a battlefield around here sometimes with these foul balls.
I'm telling you. They have workers' comp for you and I.
Probably so. I mean, you know, it's an all-star cast. I mean, you got to have something.
We'll get some Lloyds of London.
Yeah,
they sure our face and mouth. Strike 2. Tucker Smith, he ready to go to the house, man.
Yeah, he is dynamite. And, you know, Tucker always here this season, I believe he's always given at least 7. Most of the time 9.
Tucker Smith telling his defense, just take the night off. I'll take a handle of this. Jacoby Dasher heads back to the dugout. 3 pitches, 3 strikes.
If you hadn't had the opportunity to watch this kid pitch, I mean, he's dynamite. He's fun to watch work. There's no doubt.
Freshman?
No, I think he's a junior.
Junior, okay.
I wish he was a freshman.
I'll give him my eligibility years. How about that?
Yeah, how about that?
I'll let him have mine. I'm sure the NCAA will be fine with that.
Yeah, they won't ever care.
You know, years ago.
The conference may have something to say about that since Southwestern won't.
That's true. I got to go on. My father-in-law was a high school football coach for many years, and I got to go on some recruiting trips to Auburn University. And when I was in my early mid-20s, I was walking around with some of the recruits on the trip over to Auburn, and one of the, I was still young enough to, I guess, fake it. And the guy asked me, he said, "Are you a recruit?" I said, "No, I'm here with these boys." I said, but I got 4 years of eligibility. I said, if y'all give me put a piece of paper, I'll sign it right now.
But you're here.
But here I am.
Yeah, here you are. You missed your shot in the NFL.
That's true. Counts 1-2, 1 out.
Scott, Coach McDonald's giving you and I both the opportunity to talk to the baseball team Monday afternoon at 3:30. I'll be talking to him about my friend Evan Bozoff if you come out here and you see number 17 down there on the fence. As Tucker Smith looks very strong out there striking out. I was trying to think of his name.
I'm sorry. I was listening to you. Doug.
Yeah. He goes down. And Austin Davis steps in. But anyway, we have just, if you want to know more about Evan Bozoff, if you come out here and see that, who's Evan Bozoff? Well, Keith Micklig has already put on the website Evan Bozoff's story. It's a YouTube video you can go watch. And I'll tell you a little bit about that when we come back. But as Flagler goes 1-2-3, as the Canes coming up in the bottom of the fifth inning.
Leading off the bottom of the fifth, Tyler Skelton, our third baseman.
Third baseman Tyler Skelton.
You know, Scott, we get a lot of texts while we're sitting up here. Folks texting us as Skelton.
That's a double. That's a double.
Watch him run. McDonald's going to hold him up at 2.
Lead off double. Tyler Skelton. You see him waving to us when he gets through?
Absolutely.
Waving over
we
here.
got him trained. And, hey, after Monday, they're going to find out real soon. And I want to get back to tell folks where to go find out about Evan Bozoff. But all these folks that text us, you know, Ty Turner.
Of all people.
Give him a shout-out. How you doing,
Ty?
Ty?
I tell you, Ty, just one of the greatest guys. He's down in Thomasville now. Gets to come up here every once in a while. It's always good to see him. I believe his daughter,
Hallie,
is up here with us a good bit.
Hallie is up here.
Go ahead and finish telling us about the.
Well, what I was going to tell you, to find the story about Evan Bozoff, you go to the GSW website and pull up baseball, of course. As a
wild pitch.
That's going to be a wild pitch to move Skelton over to third and get him in 90 feet from scoring here for the Hurricanes. But Keith graciously put a YouTube video up of my buddy Evan Bozoff, and it's actually his brother Ryan Bozoff telling the story. But if you go to our website, and if you have kids, you want to watch it. It's telling you about meningitis, as Evan Bozoff lost his life to meningococcal meningitis. But you go to the website, go to baseball, pull up Evan Bozoff, and it'll be a story on there. So I encourage everybody to go watch it. And I'm going to be sharing that with the baseball team Monday.
Ryan, you know, I can say that again. I can't say it.
Meningococcal.
Meningococcal meningitis. I had never heard of that till you shared it earlier in the season with me about the story. And I've been reading a book called Freakonomics. And one of the authors in that book, one of the guys they feature, is he also lost a child to that same exact thing. It was when the child was, I think, less than 2 years old. So it's rare, but it's amazing.
It's vicious.
It's vicious. It is.
If it gets in your body, it is vicious. Jamar swung, hit out in the left. He's got room out there. He's got to run over the bullpen mound. He's not going to get to it.
He pulled up.
But, yeah, it's good to be educated on it. It's one of those things. I mean, it comes in contact when you're in close quarters. But his mother who helped found the National Meningitis Association. Now you have to get a shot to get the vaccination before you come to school. That is because of Evan Bozoff and some other families, but Miss Lynn Bozoff was very instrumental in starting the National Meningitis Association.
And Ryan and you and your bride have been just so instrumental in getting that scholarship endowed. That's a hit. Line drive falls right in front of a charging center fielder. Scores another run, makes it 6-1.
No out, Scott. Maybe we're getting on a tear right here. So start a rally. We want to see Hunter Foster hadn't done his normal thing tonight. Get his bat hot right here.
I'm liking Hunter Foster's walk-up music. He's changed it up. Oh. If that's what Micklig's playing right now. I know you fans can't hear it. A little bit of Usher, A-Town. I play that when I walk around the house sometimes. Like if I do a chore,
and
I want everybody to know I did a chore. That's my song right there. That's my jam.
Jamar.
That's a stolen base right there. He skipped it in there to the catcher. Catcher blocked it, but Jamar running like a scalded dog.
We talk about it every game, Scott, the speed that these guys have on this team.
Remind me a lot of myself back in the day.
I don't believe that.
But I hadn't really decided yet what I'm going to speak to the boys after, but I may talk to them about all the possibilities with a little company called Amway.
I remember Amway.
I may talk to those boys and just give them some.
Fire them up a little bit. Give them a little financial advice with Amway. That'd be a good
some
investment.
Opportunities. I think the NCAA probably won't frown on that, and we'll see what we can do.
Shortstop playing there, trying to keep Jamar close at second base. Base hit here probably scores him. Gets a good secondary lead down there at second base. Hallie Turner, for some reason, I don't know where she is today, but apparently she's tuning in, listening to us. Hallie, let us know where you're at.
You're supposed to be right here with us. Sick.
Oh, Micklig says she's sick. We hope you feel better, Hallie.
That's her tail. I sit on mine.
Ooh! Hunter Foster out to left field as McDonald's going to send Jamar to the plate.
Yeah.
He's going to be in there safely. Foster runs into second. The throw gets away from the catcher, and he's going to take third base right there, Scott. There's that wheel. There's those wheels.
The throw into the catcher went over his head. Garcia backing it up, went past him. Garcia picked the ball up at the backstop and put it in his pocket because he knew he was already at third base.
I do believe that's going to be his 7th double of the season if I'm right on my stats. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that's Foster's 7th double of the season.
Andy Moore, designated hitter, batting in the 5 spot, gets in there with the Hank Canes up 7-1.
I tell you what, Canes went on the road this week. Probably played the worst game they played all season against Middle Georgia. But let me tell you, they got it out. They, not looking back, looking ahead, looking right here, taking care of business right here with Flagler today. A conference game means all the wins matter. These conference games where it counts.
The sun don't shine on the same dog's rear end every day.
I've never heard that. And, Scott, I'm going to tell you what. Scott's the best one-liner. Hey, listen, I want you to come in with one-liners. You need to have a one-liner of the day from here on out.
They're going to get me in trouble.
If Moo can be on YouTube, they're not going to get you in trouble. Ooh.
I cleaned that one up. It's actually got a little bit different.
Just go ahead and say what you want to.
I had my preacher listening, and that could end up coming back to haunt me Sunday morning. Foul ball. Makes the count 1-2. Nobody out. 8th run standing at the third base.
Tell you what, if Moore gets those hands extended right here, Scott squares up on this ball. I'll tell you what, if he can get those hands extended, he kind of got jammed a little bit right there, but if he can get those hands out there, be ready for a hot shot. The infield is playing in.
Line drive.
Does his job.
Center fielder.
Foster could walk in. Little speed walk there from Foster.
Sack fly makes the score 8-1. Canes over the.
Way to do your job, Andy Moore. I'll tell you what. Starts with Harrell, sacrificing the runner over back in the 3rd inning. These are what winning teams do, Scott. They get the job done.
Matthew Mamadas, our shortstop, digs in there with just one out. Base is clean. Paints the outside corner with strike number 1. I was able to talk to the umpires on the way from where they got dressed to the field. Offered our services if there was a call that they weren't sure about. They could ask us for a second opinion.
Look up this way. As the ball drops, we don't have a good view here. I'm not sure if that was an error.
I think he put leather on it.
Looked like he got up under it and just dropped the ball down there and right.
E9.
And, you know, Ty Turner keeps texting me, but I couldn't read the last one. His tooth got in the way.
Oh, okay. I thought when I saw Rucker Smith out there throwing the first pitch, I thought that was Ty Turner out there.
They look a lot alike, and I think they are related. I think Ty told me one time that they were related. You know, as they both outstanding individuals.
That's right. Bo Halcomb stands in there, takes ball 1.
You know, Ty's probably getting ready to do some turkey hunting. You ought to loan him your slingshot.
Well, you know. Now I could send my son, my son at 9 years old completed his grand slam in turkey hunting.
There goes the runner. Pick the ball up, and he's going to be out if the umpires catch it anyway because he missed second base coming back this way. So let's see if they're going to call him out. I'm sure if they saw it, they are. So I saw it, but luckily the infield umpire had his back turned. He never saw him. When you go past the bag, Scott, you got to come back the same way you went. You got to touch second base. I think we got away with one right there.
Well, they may. The coach may come out and ask for a second opinion. Now, you know, I offered our services before the game. They thought I was joking. See if they would ask you, even though it was that you would tell them what happened.
I don't think I would right there, Scott. I'm an honest person, but I'd just plead the fifth.
As Dave Chappelle says. Well, it's null and void now after that throw to first. Trying to pick him off.
Scott, can you believe a good-looking blonde is in the game
again?
Look
at that. She slipped in here without us noticing.
She's some kind of good-looking. That's my wife, everybody. Mick League always gets nervous when I say that.
Legally blind. Bless her. Makes it through life.
A swinging bunt by Huff right there as he gets down the line and he's going to be safe.
I think it hit him, which if we were playing cup ball, he'd be out.
It would still have been close play.
It would have been close. I know. He was at the base, I think. I think he made it.
So
yes, you're right. I've always questioned her vision skills. She's perfect in every way except those eyes when, you know,
well, just so you know, I didn't always look like this.
Well, that goes without saying, I'm sure.
Know, it's still,
I'm sure.
Although as attractive as I am today, you know, you should have seen me back in the day.
Well, me too. I'm more like as I've said before, I'm built for a famine. Yeah. That's what I'm built for now.
Base hit out in the right field. McDonald's going to send the runner. And he's going to be in there standing, Scott.
We may run rule them.
Unfortunately, there's not a run rule, but I would take that right now.
What is it, 10 after 4, 6? What's the
whatever inning we're in now, how about that? And I can't believe that they hadn't changed pitchers yet. Of course, when you got a 3-game series, you got 2 tomorrow, you know, I know these Flagler kids hadn't given up yet, but, you know, trying to get all the work you can out of this starter to save your bullpen for tomorrow.
Right, a doubleheader.
But, of course, there is some action in the bullpen down there for Flagler. Hard hit ball to second base. Beta's going to probably beat that out.
Oh, that umpire, he delayed that call a little bit. But
man, that was a very close play. But listen, we scored a run on one. We got away with something. We'll give him a pass on that play, although I think Beta was safe. But the Canes do a lot of damage here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They score 4. We're up 9-1, good guys. We'll be back on the Surge Sports Network.
Flagler will be.
All right. We're back. Tucker Smith bearing down to go to work here in the top half of the 6th inning. Hot shot down to Skelton. Skelton does a good job of staying in front. Throws him off the bag, but he held on to it. Umpire called him out. So a great play over there by Huff to stay on that bag. As now we're being overruled by the home plate umpire as he had a better view, so they asked for help. And as McDonald's going to come out and argue this with the infield umpire. So I'm not sure if he ever asked for help. He made the signal. He called him out. So that's what Josh is out there arguing, Scott, that he made the signal that he was out. He called him out.
I think coming into this inning, Tucker Smith. And I fought the law and the law won.
So Josh is giving him an earful out there.
Coming into this inning, Tucker Smith had thrown 60 pitches, 43 of them strikes.
Amazing.
You better not be coming up there taking a first pitch strike. You better be ready to swing.
So it's getting a little bit heated out there, and Josh is in control of this situation. So Josh
had as good an
Josh
angle as a home plate umpire. He had as good.
Yeah, he really did. And, I mean, McDonald's out there pleading his case. And he's not done yet.
And you see Josh McDonald out there right now. That's the same intensity these boys play with. Up 9-1.
And he's fighting for his teammates. He's fighting for his players.
That's exactly right. It'd have been so easy, like me when I coached, 10U baseball, or 8U baseball. I was up 10-1. I'd be ready to go to the house. Not him, no sir.
Well, Coach Josh McDonald out there to give the infield umpire.
They return home to host Lenore-Ryan in a non-conference weekend series. So again, after tomorrow, you won't be able to.
And now Josh is giving it to the home plate umpire.
As well he should.
23rd, couple of weeks before Lenore-Ryan.
And that's going to fire. Look, you look down there in that Canes dugout. Let me tell you, when a coach goes out there to defend his players, that pumps those guys up and gets them ready to play.
It would have been easy to become complacent up 9-1, but no, sir, not this team. I want to welcome another buddy of mine from high school, another viewer named Jeff Martin. Checked in with us.
Hit out the beta.
4-6-3.
4-6-3. Look at the Canes dugout. Come off of here and get excited for these Canes.
Canes turn a Roman Oven Pizzeria double play. We've got a free pizza buffet now to throw into our prize pool thanks to that.
So Coach McDonald goes out there and lets off a little steam. Burns a few calories right there so he can eat tonight.
Roman Oven just gave us a double play pizza buffet.
Pizza buffet. Send him to Roman Oven to get him a pizza buffet.
Good thing I wore my stretchy pants tonight.
Absolutely.
Strike one. Sean the King Lawler.
I'm sure his mother really appreciates you calling him that.
I'm sure his dad remembers. I mean, an old wrestling fan like myself, he ought to love the fact that I'm calling him that.
It's still amazing to me. I mean, Tucker Smith, you get a play down here, questionable call down at first base. Tucker doesn't lose his composure. He continues to do his job, give his team a chance. You're up, obviously, 9-1. He's doing what he's supposed to do, coming after these hitters. Nothing phases this kid. He's got ice in his veins.
He sure does. I mean, he's delivering strike. I mean, why are you standing up there with a bat on your shoulder?
Because Tucker Smith's throwing some cheese in there, Scotty. Let me tell you. It looks easy up here, don't it?
Well, it does. It does. I mean, like I said, you come to the inning, he's got 60 pitches, 43 of them strikes. You better come up there ready to dance.
Hit on out to Foster. Foster's camped under it for out number 3.
Look at that.
As the Canes are fired up.
But by the time he caught that ball, 4 of the players were already in the dugout.
It's hit out to Foster. So the Canes are coming in, going to grab some wood and get to the plate here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The Canes still lead 9-1. Come back to hear a little more from Scott Westbrook and Ryan Young on the Surge Sports Network.
Leading things off for the Canes. Third baseman Tyler Skelton.
I'm jamming, Scott.
I see you dancing. I know. Number 2, Tyler Skelton. I'm sorry, batting in the number 2 spot. Number 1, Tyler Skelton. High and inside for ball number 1. Got a new pitcher in there. Number 31, Kyle Hansen, from the group Hansen many years ago. Some people may remember from that. He's from Ocala, Florida.
Hot shot to second.
Out number 1.
Tell you, what a way to start off alumni weekend, Scott. I don't know how many alumni are here, but, boy, they got to be proud of their Canes.
You know, one thing, and I don't really want to take anything away from this lead we've got in this game. I mean, as we saw the other day, things can change. But, you know, I mean, really and truly, you and I have done our part today in the fact that we did the exact same thing. We went down in the dugout before the game, glad-handed, cut up with the guys a little bit, the coach. We sitting in the same seats. We made sure we didn't mess that up. You know, some people say it's bad luck to be superstitious. I don't believe it.
Well, I'm not superstitious. I just don't like changing anything.
Nah, that's right. If it's working, that's right.
That's right. And, you know, Stephen Snell came all the way from Metter, and I mean to tell you, he's dressed to kill, ladies and gentlemen.
Everything's better and better. Jamar up there to bat. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
Have you sobered up yet, Scott?
Almost. This coffee's really helping.
Ooh. Pulled the string on him a little bit right there, a little low. Good eye, Jamar.
Count 2-1. Flagler College from St. Augustine, Florida.
That's got a chance. Get out of here, ball. Go.
That baseball.
Well, too high.
Almost to the warning track.
Too high,
Scott. It was. But Jamar, he had almost chalked that one up. It gave it a ride, but out number 2.
Well, I like to get the listeners up out of their seat a little bit every now and then, you know. But that was just too high.
Center fielder Hunter Foster steps in there with 2 outs. Takes ball 1. I said my buddy Jeff Martin, he's got a couple of kids that are athletes, son playing baseball, daughter playing softball. Maybe we'll get his son down here to showcase sometime. Let our coaches take a look at him.
Tell you what, if you're a young baseball player,
this is where you want to be. Grounder to third. I thought that ball was going to go over, but it didn't. Out number 3. Mick League just fell. Score 9-1 as we go to the top of the 7th inning. And here we are, starting off the 7th inning. You know, a lot of people they think about the 7th inning stretch between the top and the bottom, but I think we've started between the 6th and 7th inning, dance-off.
I tell you what, buddy, that James Brown will get you going, buddy.
Got us going. We had us a dance-off up here in the radio or YouTube booth, whatever you want to call it. And, ladies, I'll go ahead and tell you, both of us are happily married. No matter how much you admire our dancing skills, we are taken. Just like that pitch. Taken for ball.
I tell you what, Tucker Smith's done a fine job getting already into the 7th inning. Doesn't look like he's showing any signs of slowing down. Working hard out there is Tucker Smith.
Bounce off the pitcher's mound into center field for a leadoff single. Jason Moore, the catcher, stands at first base.
And again, hey, the game's not over. Of course, baseball's a funny game, so the Canes have to still buckle down, even though we're up 8 runs. I like my chances with Tucker Smith out there, but anything can happen. So,
6th batter in the lineup, Laspina, the right fielder, fouls off first pitch, strike number 1.
The wind is totally dead. The flag's not even blowing out in center field.
It's pretty breezy when we started off tonight.
It's going to be foul.
I think the Saints have finally gotten the scouting report on the pitch count and strike ratio.
And hey, listen, that's Tucker. He wants them to hit it. He wants them to hit it to his defenders.
That's right, because he's got a good, strong defense behind him.
Yeah, that's what Tucker's trying to do. Tucker doesn't try to come in and overpower you. He gives you an opportunity to hit the ball. So,
Greg Maddox-esque pitcher.
He really does. He does a great job of staying in that strike zone. We
Painting
expect these guys to hit the ball, but Matt Lamoth done his homework, and I know how he's pitching these guys. As that gets past Jacob Harrell.
Moore ends up at second. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Flagler College right fielder. Tomorrow, if y'all tune in, we will be doing a softball game. I'm not sure what time.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. 2 and 4. So we're gonna do a doubleheader tomorrow. I'm getting overtime pay if we're doing foul ball up here towards the swimming pool.
Start of the Peach Belt Conference for Georgia College and Georgia Southwestern softball tomorrow. I expect to have our Coach Nikki's got these girls ready to play tomorrow.
She was here. She's still here. She already gone to the house.
She's still here. Her and Carly both.
It's Bark in the park tomorrow, so feel free to bring your dogs.
Hey, he's tagging up at second base.
Make sure that
he's called. Okay, foul ball. Because we got some fans helping us here. They know we can't see over that dugout, so give that man $1.
maybe we can get Nikki and interview her after the 7th inning stretch. Get her to tell us what we can expect tomorrow, if you want to tune up. And see, I'm going to tell you, I absolutely love college softball. One of the most exciting sports. We got some great scholar athletes playing for the Hurricanes. Line drive just over our shortstop's head. Left fielder Halcomb fields it, throws it in. We got runners at the corner. Nobody out. DePuglia.
Batting the shortstop, Stephen DePuglia.
Shortstop for the Saints.
Nikki, tell her to come here. Nice double play ball right here, Scott. Be very, very nice.
I'd sacrifice a run for 2 outs and score 9-1.
Absolutely, I would right here. Tucker's working from the stretch.
There it is. You called it. 6, 4, 3, double play.
You got to love it.
Tony Romo of baseball.
There you go. Hey, if you call it and you dial it up, sometimes it happens.
Dasher stands in there, Jacoby Dasher.
Scott, we're getting good at sign language.
We got to have a staff. We got to have a staff. We're gonna keep climbing the ladder and getting up to 60 and 70 viewers for our games. They got to get us a staff.
Well, coming up next inning, we're going to take a little time from Coach Nikki Lever and see if she'll give us a little tidbit about tomorrow's game that we get to call. As
count 1-1, 2 outs after that double play. That is not Jacoby Dasher. Who is that? That's number 39. Have we got a new? Okay. Who is it? I'm sorry. Elliot Schobert.
Good pitch by Tucker. Runs the count 1-2.
Pinch hitting for Dasher is number 39, Elliot Schobert.
Schobert's kind of showcasing those old-timey stockings there.
Going a little old school. Schobert from Noonan, Georgia, Noonan High School. Well, we like to root for a Georgia boy. We're just going to have to put our Elliot Schubert.
Well, I tell you, you ask a lot of this kid coming off the bench cold to face Tucker Smith.
Especially after a double play, you in there with 2 outs.
Well, just coming off the bench to face Tucker Smith, he hadn't seen anything yet. Getting up there, don't know how this at-bat's going to work out, but that's a pretty tough feat to get in there and get in there cold to hit.
Exciting pitch. Right, exciting pitch right there. Got some screams in the stands like it was coming in after. They must have 3D glasses on out there.
Well, they're fearful of this net we got back here.
Okay. Well, I've seen that net.
Dry rot.
That net has saved you and I a few times. Strike 3.
As Tucker Smith sets down the pinch hitter, we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. The Canes lead 9-2. Coming up will be Coach Nikki Lever, women's softball coach. So stay tuned on the Surge Sports Network.
You going to interview
And we're back, and we're glad to have Coach Nikki Levering, the women's softball coach here at Georgia Southwestern.
Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
And Nikki, tell our listeners, where are you from?
I am from Nashville, Tennessee, about 7 hours north from here, the Music City.
Music City, you come to us. Tell us about your coaching experience. Where have you been, Nikki?
Actually, I got my first head coaching job at South Georgia State Community College down in Douglas, Georgia, and I coached there for 4 years before I got lucky enough to come up here to Americus and got the job here.
Well, we're glad to have Nikki, as she is our assistant
AD for community engagement.
So she does a fantastic job not only coaching softball, but keeping our athletes involved in the community, organizing some events as Andy Moore pops up to the second baseman for out number 1. And Nikki, tell us about your girls this year.
Well, last year we made a pretty good jump, and we got to the tournament for the first time, I think, since 2013. And this year we're just trying to take another step forward and, get back to the tournament and hopefully finish a little bit higher seed. Right now we're 500, and we have our first conference game tomorrow for the Peach Belt. We play Georgia College at 2-4. And last year we had 1-run ball games with Georgia College in extra innings, both games. So they should be good games for us. I'm excited, and I know the girls are excited and ready to get going.
Well, Scott and I are looking forward to calling those 2 games tomorrow as McManus grounds out to second base for out number 2.
I know the girls are excited about having you up there in the press box. Hopefully, coming to chat with them in the dugout before the game, they're gonna get a good kick out of that.
Well, we're looking forward to watching you win 2 games tomorrow.
Thank you, man.
And people who don't know you, Nikki, which you better be if you're working for Georgia Southwestern these days, Nikki is very, very competitive.
That's right.
She pulls for these Hurricanes, not only her own sport. She hates it when Georgia Southwestern loses anything, and
that's right.
She is a true teammate in that athletic office. And Nikki, we couldn't have a better softball coach than you, Nikki.
Well,
I'm so glad that you are here with us.
I'm happy to be here, and hopefully tomorrow we'll have. It'd be nice if we both, baseball and softball, both get them some more conference runs. So.
Who are we pitching tomorrow, Nikki?
Jennifer Jernigan will start in the mound for game 1. She might start game 2. We'll see how she does
I
in
hope
game
she
1.
Does.
Go
I
from
hope
there.
she does. That'll be a good sign if she does.
That'd be a great sign. But she's a transfer pitcher from St. Petersburg Community College, and she's actually out of the Waycross area from South Georgia too. She's done good for us this year.
Swung on, hit the center field as that will end the inning for the Hurricanes. So we go to the top half of the 8th inning. The Canes still lead 9-2. Nikki, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate
it. And we look forward to calling your game tomorrow. So
good
luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
And you're listening to the Surge Sports Network. We'll be right back.
All right, Lawler steps in there, getting ready to face Smith in the top of the 8th inning. We're going to keep Nikki over into this inning also so she can tell us about tomorrow what's going on with Bark in the Park at the softball doubleheader.
Yes, this is our first time doing the Bark in the Park event at the softball field, and we're lucky we have Dr. Kyler Crawford and Angie Miller in town. They run Americus Veterinary Hospital, and they've donated a little goodie basket of doggy treats, a collar, I think we've got a candle. We also have a gift certificate for a free pet checkup. So people are welcome to bring out their dogs, put in a $1 for a raffle ticket to win the basket. And we're also taking pet donations, pet bed donations, dog food donations, blankets, anything that we can give to the humane shelter here in town.
You said pet donations. I was going to bring my Chihuahua.
Oh, no, yeah. There's some people that probably would want to do that. But
No. My family would get rid of me before they got rid
of our
little Chihuahua. He is more of the family.
Got to have the family dog.
That's right. You know, I tell you, a few years ago, the Lord called one of our dogs home.
Oh.
And my family carried on. So, and I remember telling my buddy, I said, I hope they carry on like that when I die. He said, Scott, you got a lot more life insurance than that dog does.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But, Nikki, I tell you, I'm looking forward tomorrow. People have not normally watched college softball. It is an unbelievably exciting game.
It is. It's a lot faster than watching a baseball game, and it's just a little bit different. And a lot of people we've had a good fan base. We started last year with doing a lot of new stuff, and the fan base has grown. So I'm definitely excited for tomorrow.
I'm going to say it, and people disagree with me, and that's fine. They can disagree with me. But there's a lot more strategy involved, too, I think, with college softball than there's college baseball.
Yeah, just because there's a lot more short game in our game. And then we've got left-handed girls that slap, and, there is just a lot of short game. And I like to play the short game, too. So
I hope we do you justice tomorrow. I know enough of the lexicon, the softball lexicon, but I'm gonna lean on Ryan hard to do a lot of the commentary because he's much better at it than I am. But I'll get caught up in the game and holler out or scream.
No, you'll be fine. I have faith y'all are going to do a great job.
Well, when we volunteer, you get what you pay for.
I think y'all are doing pretty good.
Well, Nikki,
I'm excited.
Well, good. Let me tell you one thing. I'm going to give you a compliment. I help out every year with the, and I say every year, I've done it for 2 years, with the Night to Shine.
Oh, okay,
and the student athletes that you provide for us and that volunteer for that
are
just
event.
Top shelf. Top shelf.
They really get into it. They love it, and they get excited every year to get to go back to that. We are definitely very fortunate here. We've got some great student athletes that love to give back to the community, and we were 3rd in the nation this past year with community service hours, and we don't even have football, here at our school. So
that's amazing.
We get a lot done. And they do a good job for sure.
Good. You have any recruits at the game tomorrow, or?
I think I will. I think I have some 2020 recruits that will be there.
I'm not going to ask you to tell me who they are, but I'm
but
I'm glad you have them there.
Yeah, we've got some coming down from up north, but we do have a couple coming in, and I'm excited. It's good for them. Georgia College is another school that we really compete with in terms of recruiting because we're pretty close in location. So we kind of go after a lot of the same kids, and it's important for us to stand out and go out there and get 2 wins against them.
Milledgeville is similar size town, similar community, similar size school.
Yep.
I can imagine that we're probably neck and neck with a lot of players.
We are, yeah. We watch a lot of the same teams, so.
I'm going to share something with you. You may not know, but Leader did give us permission to do this, so you might want to pass this along.
Okay.
We have revealed about the golf balls, about the selling of the golf balls.
Yes.
If an individual buys 3 golf balls, we're going to let them come up and do just like you have and do an inning of baseball or softball with us. If they're really good, they can do 2 innings, and if they're really, really good, they can have the rest of the season.
Oh, that sounds perfect. Okay. I'll be sure to spread the word.
But if they buy 10 golf balls, either they or somebody that they appoint or pick can throw out the first pitch of a game.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So,
I will start spreading the word and let my parents and fans know. Make sure you say that tomorrow on our broadcast. That way that the people that are listening will know that's available.
Well, I think it's a limited number. I mean, we've only got so many home games, so don't sit there and sit on your hands and say, I'd like to do that, but I'm going to wait a couple of weeks. Well, once we fill up those spots, that we may have something else, but I'm not sure. Out number 3.
That was a great play.
And here we
right
are
there.
going to the bottom of the 8th
Excellent play.
inning. Great play. Bottom of the 8th. Nikki, thank you so much.
Yes,
You're such a
thank
pleasure.
you, man.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Look forward to
Thank
seeing you
you.
tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
I was that close to saying.
Bradley Huff steps up in there, bottom of the 8th inning. Hope we can pad some stats here and then have 3 outs on top of the 9th and go to the house.
Scott, how about Coach Nikki Lever?
Jam
She's
up.
Great,
I got to talk to her all
human
night.
being. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, she just.
Her staff, they do a great job. I didn't hear your interview, but I'm sure you did a fantastic job.
Well, she makes it easy. I didn't give a single bit of play-by-play. I just wanted to talk to her and get all the information out. We could not have a better person for the job that she has, coaching softball and being. You probably didn't hear this because you were stepped away for a minute. Ooh. Foul ball, man.
Just missed. Fair.
Just missed. We were number 3 in the nation in community service hours for our athletes, and for school that doesn't even have football, that is off the chain. Yes,
outstanding. So a lot goes into that with her, and of course these student athletes, which is a pretty good segue into talking about not only do they do a good job in the community, they do a great job on the field. So these camps that we have some camps coming up for baseball, for softball, I believe. Always check our website for these camps. If you're a young baseball player, young pitcher, you certainly want to come get some knowledge from Coach Matt Lamoth. He's done a fantastic job with these pitchers, as evidenced tonight with Tucker Smith, Coach Josh McDonald. Very vast knowledge of the game. Same can be said for Coach Nikki Levering and her staff.
That's right. Jacob Harrell. Look at that.
Boy,
Look
Harrell.
at that. He is a great offensive catcher.
Hey, his mom is jumping up and down in the hotel room or wherever they're at right now watching this game. I can guarantee you that. Attaboy Harrell.
That right there, that's a good hit too. That's not he didn't cheat anybody on that one. He sent it right back where it came from, line drive, right up the middle, center field.
Harrell's done a fantastic job tonight at the plate. He's done his job tonight. I believe he's what? Is that his first hit tonight?
Well, he had a sacrifice.
He had a sacrifice.
Yeah.
But still, that's the spark. It started with Harrell and Huff, so maybe Harrell's got us a little spark started here to score some runs in the 8th inning.
Beta, leadoff batter, steps in there, 1 out. Got 1 strike on him and 1 runner on first base.
Tell you what, the infield defensively have been sure enough playing very well tonight, Scott. Amatis made a good play to end that inning. Beta's flashed some leather. They've turned some double plays tonight.
Mm-hmm. We got room for a lot more viewers, ladies and gentlemen.
We sure do.
If you pick up the phone, call your friends, say, hey, look, if you're watching Fantasy Island or Love Boat on this Friday night, then there's something a whole lot better on the tube right now. I can promise you, on the YouTube. And but we got room for at least 75 or 100 more viewers.
At least. come early, come often.
That's right.
Or you can put sand in the cup. It makes a nice square base for your castle.
Ball 2 with 1 out.
Awesome. Good choice. All right. So then we got
Scored 9-2.
All right.
Our Hurricanes got 9 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors. Flagler has 2 runs, 4 hits, but 5 errors.
Oh.
That's going to be foul ball. Ooh, almost hit the
Got a little
gentleman.
action in the bullpen. Almost hit him down there in the noggin.
Did. Keep your head on a swivel down there.
You can have the Roman oven if you want the Roman oven.
Ooh.
You want this dinner? Okay, there you go.
I'll tell you, Mick League is just giving out gifts left and right. Just gave out a meal to the Roman oven. 6-3, double play, and that'll wrap us up at the bottom of the 8th. We got 3 more outs before we go to the house.
Tucker Smith going to step in and probably end up pitching another complete game for the Hurricanes. So come back, watch Tucker Smith in this for the Hurricanes. You're listening to the Surge Sports Network. All right, we're back. Tucker Smith, the wind, the pitch. A little low for ball 1. Scott, I was just talking to another supporter, Buddy Guth, runs the bank here for Synovus. Synovus is a sponsor of Georgia Southwestern Athletics. Buddy, just talking to him as Tucker Smith throws a curveball in there, swung on, fouled back.
Buddy's at a lot of games.
Buddy loves sports. I was just talking to him. He's good friends with Ray Knight, and so he's followed baseball a lot, and good friends with Ray and his wife Nancy, and plays a little golf with her. Buddy's an avid golfer, and we were just talking. Ray has retired from what he was calling games, I think, for Washington.
Is he going to buy 3 golf balls? Come in here and show us how it's done?
I don't know. We were just talking. I was asking him how he was doing, and I knew Buddy had told me earlier today that he had kind of retired and moved back to Albany. So maybe we can get Ray to a game. Maybe talk to the team.
Give him some pointers on hitting and
hey, who knows? We may get him in the booth in here with us so we
exactly
can help him, fine tune some of it. He may get him back to work.
See, we'll spoil him in this booth. Probably where he's been. We'll spoil him with all the equipment and cushy seats we have. Ball, that's rare ball from Tucker.
When Tucker misses, it's where a lot of times the hitter's not going to be able to hit it. His misses are good misses.
Counts 2-2, nobody out. Flagler down by 7. Anderson steps back. Didn't like the amount of time Tucker was taking. Delivers. Ground ball to Beta. Picked up. Pulls Huff off the base.
And, you know, I know Beta bobbled that ball. He kind of rushed his throw a little bit, got a step and throw, pulled Huff off the bag. But I want to tell you, he's got a good teammate in Tucker. Tucker's not going to say a word. He's just going to go right back to work and pick Beta up.
Are you going to call a double play here? Or are you going to hold off yet? You ain't got the vibe on that just yet.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna call. Let me see what the approach is.
We got a pinch hitter. You don't have the scouting report on this pinch hitter, probably.
I know he's cold.
Okay, he's ice cold. He's stretching. Too late if he's already stretching.
Good-looking kid up there at the plate. Good little athletic build there.
Number 21?
24.
Oh, sorry, 24. Jimmy Peck, is catcher from Sebring, Florida, Sebring High School. 6'2", 205-pound junior.
You know, he carries that 205 pounds a lot differently. I carry this 210 I got.
Well, and you know, my weight, you know, I'll just leave it at that. I believe I'll change the subject. Foul ball, back this way. Fell behind us. 0-2.
I'm going to call strikeout. Maybe not this pitch, but.
Smith gets the sign from Harrell.
I missed that one. Beta going back.
That's it. Fly ball, short right field. Beta takes it for out number 1. Runner stays at first.
So the Canes are 2 outs away from another conference win, Scott. And everyone in this Peach Belt is big time.
That's right. What are we eating supper tonight? Again, we already had supper one.
Again?
Yeah, we got to. This body does not just happen by accident.
Looks like you're digesting well.
It takes a lot of neglect.
Yeah, see if Micklig's got some more of those Roman oven tickets.
Beta's got it. Fly ball.
So, you know, you see how good Tucker is. He's given Beta opportunities to make up for that throw he's had. He's already made two other outs. So
that's right.
Maybe Tucker will give him another shot at
that's right.
At redeeming himself here. He's doing a good job so far.
Tomorrow afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, 2 o'clock, we will be on the air with softball. Y'all stick around tonight. We got a post-game show. Ryan Young will interview Coach McDonald. I provide good moral support, Micklig. Ryan is really much better than I am.
Headset?
One day we'll have 3 headsets we can all do. Yes.
Hey, if we'd have had one more person show up to this game, we'd have had enough money at the gate to buy a 3rd headset.
Yep.
So if you're out there and about, if you want to give us another 3rd headset, come on down to the park.
I just have to plug a microphone.
Well, share the game. Share the game. Look, tell everybody to tune in tomorrow.
Micklig's got it figured out for both of us to interview Coach McDonald already.
With a microphone?
Absolutely.
How about that? Micklig is a miracle worker.
I think we may need to grab Tucker Smith, too, after this performance.
I interviewed him last time. Probably, I mean.
But not after a game.
How I didn't get a Marconi for that, I have no idea.
A Tony?
Marconi.
A Marconi.
They give Marconis for YouTube interviews? Okay. I guess they give a.
So let's see if Tucker can close this out. Mix us in a strike here. Get a ground ball to Beta. To end this inning would be very nice. Right back to him.
Out number 3.
What another outstanding performance by Tucker Smith, Scott. And these Canes pull out another win. Big win here to start Alumni Weekend. And Tucker Smith goes all 9 innings as we expected he would. He's everything he's advertised. And it's a great day to be a Hurricane today, Scott.
Great day to be a Hurricane. Take tomorrow by storm. Georgia Southwestern.
We're gonna be back to interview maybe Coach McDonald and possibly Tucker Smith. So stick with us. We'll be back on the Surge Sports Network.